Meanwhile, in the wake of recent news surrounding this station, a group of loyal CHCH News viewers are rallying tonight. They started at Hamilton City Hall, where they gathered and then walked together towards the station. Organizers have been gathering support on a Facebook group after CanWest Global Communications announced it is considering the sale or possible closure of its 5E television stations, including this one. RBC Capital was hired to review prospects for the 5E stations and says it has been approached by an unnamed party interested in acquiring CHCH. Rally organizers say CHCH's future needs to include keeping its local news coverage at levels viewers are used to.
Now, as we mentioned earlier in the newscast, a group of loyal CHCH News viewers are holding a rally tonight just outside our studios. And Nick Dixon is live outside right now with those participating. And Nick, sometimes the news makes the news.
Yeah, it's interesting, Michelle. You know, when you're reporting on yourself, it does make things a little difficult. Of course, this station has, well, about 300 keen supporters outside here this evening at this hour. They are here trying to support CHCH News, supporting local news. They all came here because of a Facebook group started up by Jody Blanche Hinkson. She's joining me now here. Jody, what is the goal today? Why are you all here?
The goal is to let the community know and let the CRTC know that we want CHCH to stay here in our community. We can't afford to have the lights go dark here at CHCH. It's important to Hamilton, Halton, and Niagara.
Of course, the lights going dark is considered to be a worst-case scenario for CanWest, accordingly. But you also seem to be concerned about the number of hours potentially that could go on air. Is that true?
Absolutely. We have great coverage right now, but we can't afford to only have 30 minutes 5 days a week. How will we know what's going on here in Hamilton if we lose more and more of our time on the air?
All right, Jody, thank you for your time. Moving along now, I'm going to speak with Chris Charlton. She's the NDP MP for Hamilton Mountain. Chris, I know the NDPs have managed to get a hearing now with the CRTC about the state of local news. One of the things that, from CanWest's perspective, is an issue is the fee for carriage. They're looking for that. Will you be pushing for that when you go to these hearings?
For us, the bottom line is that we can't afford to lose local, regional, or diverse voices on the air. That's why we asked for the meetings. The Conservative government has been asleep on the couch as lights are fading on TV stations right across the country. We need to hold the industry accountable, and we're going to do everything that we can here in Hamilton to save CH.
I mean, you talk about Hamilton and CH. I mean, this is a station that's been around since 1954, of course, and it's an important part of democracy, too. You're a politician. You know that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, CH tells our local stories. It builds our identity. But you know what? We also can't forget how much the staff at CH contribute to building our community as volunteers, both the on-air personalities and people behind the scenes. I can't imagine this city without CH.
Chris Charlton, thank you for your time. I'm going to move on now. We have one more interviewee right now. You can hear the crowd getting very excited here, Michelle. This is Terry Whitehead, of course, a city councillor in Hamilton. Terry, how important is this station in Hamilton, and what can the city do beyond writing letters to help?
Well, I think we already started. I just got back from Victoria, and as you know, they've been impacted by what's happening in the television industry. There was a motion that was put forward by Windsor, Ontario, and I moved an amendment to the motion as an emergency motion that was passed by the Federation of Canadian Municipalities. And that's an organization that represents municipalities right across the country. So it's a priority for them now to lobby the federal government to ensure the appropriate framework is there to help the retention of local television stations in communities like Hamilton right across the country.
All right, that's Terry Whitehead, City Councillor with Hamilton. Michelle, as you can see, this crowd here is certainly keen, certainly hoping to see a real future here at CHCH News. Again, this is one of those days it's strange to report on. I can see fellow employees, former employees, and clearly a lot of CHCH News fans are here tonight. It is one of those events, I don't know how to describe it. It's encouraging being a reporter here. Now we're going to hear from the station side. General Manager Patrick O'Hara spoke just a little bit earlier about today's event.
This rally is really proof positive that CHCH plays a vital role in our community, and we hope the CRTC gets that message. There's a great turnout. There's a great, sincere sense of pride and respect for the services that CHCH has rendered over the last 54 years. This station is connected with this community, and we hope that it will connect with the community in the near future.
So again, the really message, regardless of whether it's the general manager of our station or the people here, the former employees, current employees, and beyond, the message is going out to the CRTC tonight that people want to make sure that CHCH News sticks around. And we're, of course, hoping that happens as well. Michelle will be back inside with you in a few minutes' time. Back to you.
Thanks so much. Of course, that is just heartwarming support. Thank you, Nick. We'll see you in a little bit. And one of the signs out there said, Matt Hayes makes our days. Well, Melanie.
Well, as with many other industries right now, the state of local news in Canada is in jeopardy. Stations are shutting down, and the owners of this station, Can West, are trying to sell the E network. But if it doesn't sell, closure is a possibility. So with that in mind, a group of 200 or so loyal viewers rallied in front of this station this evening to send a message to the CRTC that local news in Hamilton, Halton, and Niagara must stay. It started with a chant and a walk from Hamilton City Hall to the TV station. A large group of supporters of this station carrying signs and a message, letting their voices be heard. CHCH! CHCH! And the message was loud and clear. These people are just some of the thousands who've joined a grassroots Facebook group who care about the fate of local news in this region and don't want to see this station fade to black. Among the crowd, politicians of all levels, ordinary citizens who just want a TV station that tells the stories of where they live and work, and past and present CHCH employees, including longtime anchor Dan McLean.
Hamiltonians care. People from Halton all the way through to Fort Erie care about what happens in their community, what happens with their education, their health care, and their politics. It's important to us. And because it's important to us, it's important to you, that's why I appreciate the fact that you have come out here today to support us.
The microphone was getting a good workout, particularly with a characteristically fired-up MP, David Christopherson.
It is unacceptable for one of the most important, diverse, largest, advancing communities to not even have the ability to see what's going on in our own backyard. Not acceptable.
Other speakers were more muted, but their point was clear.
We appreciate what you do for our residents and let them know what's happening and keep them informed.
This city has so much heart and so much spirit, and we cannot lose this license. We have to take it back. We have to send a really strong message that we care about our station, that we care about CHCH.
We need to keep telling the CRTC that local media matters because it tells our stories. It allows us to build our identity.
And the station's general manager is hoping the CRTC is paying attention.
We only hope that this message gets to the CRTC and you've sent out a great voice and a great cry to be noticed that we cannot let our station go dark.
Well, we had lots of visitors yesterday. More than 100 loyal viewers of CHCH News rallied in front of the station last night to voice their support to keep the station on the air. CHCH! CHCH! These are just some of the thousands who have joined a grassroots Facebook group who don't want to see this station fade to black. They've become a national story among the crowd, politicians of all levels, and people who just want a TV station that tells the stories of where they live and work. And past and present CHCH employees showed up.
A year later, where are we?
We appreciate what you do for our residents and let them know what's happening and keep them informed.
This city has so much heart and so much spirit, and we cannot lose this license. We have to take it back. We have to send a really strong message that we care about our station, that we care about CHCH.
We need to keep telling the CRTC that local media matters because it tells our stories. It allows us to build our identity.
RBC Capital was hired by Can West to look at a possible sale of 5 E stations, including Hamilton, and have heard from an unidentified party interested in acquiring CHCH Hamilton. Can West is trying to restructure more than $3 billion of debt as it sells assets. I'd love to jump into that screen and just hug all of you. Thank you so much for the overwhelming support.
And your emails and letters and voicemails that you've been sending us. It's really, really nice.
It means more than you know. Seriously, thank you so much.